Hey guys, it's Loki here. Today I'm going to be doing a video covering the shield bash jumps that I have previously uploaded. The maps that will be getting covered are going to be Blizzard World, Eichenwalde, Shambali Monastery and the 3 push maps. This isn't going to be a compilation of all the jumps that I've done. It's going to be the jumps that I either discovered later, found a better way, forgot to include, or I just didn't explain it very well. I'm going to be going through the maps in alphabetical order, rather than when I uploaded them. And as always, their timestamps will be in the description for when I start each of the maps.
Welcome to Blizzard.
Alright, so some friends have been having some issues with these rocks here. So what you want to do is just sort of stand a bit to the right of this pillar right here, and at the height of your jump, shield bash. And you'll bounce up like that. So with this one right here, some friends noticed that I hopped on the box right here, and for whatever reason they've been jumping up on top, which you can do it like that. If you want to, it's a lot faster if you just jump up on this bottom box and shield bash into the rock like that. It's the last video I've actually found this spot right here, which gives you a bit more cover than the previous one. It is a bit tricky to do because you either land up like that or you'll bounce up like this. I'm still trying to perfect it. Right, so another thing you can do is you can also jump off this box, where at the height of your jump, you shield bash and then you just launch off here. If you don't get enough height, this will happen. Right, and another jump I actually forgot to mention was that you can actually jump up onto there by shield bashing into this rock here. Or if you are here, you can also shield bash across like this. Next up is this bit right here. Now I didn't actually show it off too well, but you can also just jump like this. So what you want to do is see this little line right here. You want to make sure that you're placing your left foot on the upper side of the curb, but just a very tiny bit to the right, so you can just still see the line. Look right here at this part of the rock, and then jump and shield bash and you'll bounce up. Alright, so another jump that I showed off was to actually get up there. But I didn't actually show too well of how to do this jump. So what you want to do is these 4 pavement tiles right here. So you just want to put your left foot on the corner of these. Then you're going to notice there's this shaded bit of the rock right here and the unshaded bit. So see where the 2 straight lines of the shade meet together right here. Just want to aim a tiny bit to the right of that. Jump and shield bash, and you're up like that. Alright, so on Piranha's Brig Rollouts, there's this spot that's right here. What you do is you hop on this bin, then hop on here, and then you jump and shield bash across like that.
Arriving at Colosseo.
One thing I forgot to mention with this one is you want to shield bash at the top of your jump, and that way you get into the window, like this. Okay, so it actually turns out I was wrong about this spot right here. So it turns out you can actually get up there. I thought you could just bounce up a little and throw a repair pack at someone. So what I found is with this little rock right here, you just place your left foot just in front of it. So have your left foot in the center, just a bit in front. And then see that line I'm looking at right there? Just want to make sure that you're looking a tad to the left of that. Jump and shield bash, and you'll bounce up like this. So with this one here, you want to get up there, you want to make sure that there's these tiles on the ground, and see this little triangle right there? Yeah. So pretty much the line that connects that tile to the next tile, just want to put your foot on that. Alright, and then you just want to sort of aim for that part of that block there, jump and shield bash, and you're up like that. Back on another one of Piranha's Brig Rollouts, this is something that can be done from both sides, where you just jump and shield bash like that. And honestly, I can't believe I never thought of doing that. Alright, so another spot that I found, which is actually good for just getting through this little area here, is you can see that if I jump and shield bash from here, I don't get up there. If I jump on this, jump and shield bash, and then I land about here. But if I start going up just a few steps, jump and shield bash, I actually launched this far. So it's kind of handy just to skip walking all the way around. Alright, to do this one correctly, you don't want to stand too close that your shield looks like this. You sort of want to take just a few steps back, probably have about that much of a gap. Pretty much where your foot is just in front of this little piece of rubble right there. Now, next up is you don't want to look straight ahead, you sort of want to look more on an angle towards the left side. Okay. Jump and shield bash, and you'll launch over like that. So you might remember this elevator jump right here that I had a lot of trouble with. So I found a really easy way of doing this. So with your right foot, just place it down like I've got right here. And then just with those blocks there, you want to aim sort of in the center. Jump and shield bash, and you bounce up like that. Alright, so as for shield bashing into this bastion, I did show off that you can actually do it from about here. Jump and shield bash, and you'll land up like that. Well, yes, you can do that, but if you shield bash from here, you're actually kind of exposed. So if you'd like to just use this wall as a bit of cover, just line up your shield like I've got right here. And then you just want to just sort of just jump and aim looking around about here. And you'll get up like that. Alright, so another spot that I showed off there was this bit here. Now you might remember from that video I just said that it's the wall on the left. So this one here, not that one there. And I don't mean that wall there. So then you just jump and shield bash and land like that. One jump I found there was this one that's right here. Now, I don't know what's happened. I really feel like something's happened to shield bash as of Season 6. Because this is just so hard to do now. It used to be so easy. I'm not sure if it's just the spot itself, where it might have had like a hitbox issue, or shield bash has been changed. And honestly, based on what's happened on Junkertown, I say it's a shield bash issue. Anyway, one thing I found is this spot right here, where you can just shield bash like that, and just saves you so much time and effort. So another one from Piranha's Brig Rollouts is this one right here, where you can jump and shield bash across that gap. Also, you can also shield bash back across. I personally have a lot of trouble with it, unless I'm actually standing on top of this car, and just do that.
Welcome to Esperança.
Okay, so there's these blocks here, which you can actually get quite a bit of height from. So you just stand on this block that's right in front of them, jump and shield bash.
You suck!
Instead, what I found is there's this little tile in the sun. But just aim for more on the right side of this block that I'm looking at. Jump and shield bash, and you'll land up here. It's a much easier way of doing it. Okay, with this other one, it's a little bit more difficult, but just look at it from 1, 2, 3 steps out from the bridge. I know I pinged that horribly. And you just want to stand more on the road. Sort of like what I'm... Oh my god, why was I such an idiot there? Okay, so you just want to keep your back foot pretty much that distance away from that back step, and then just aim more towards the right hand side of this block. Jump and shield bash, and you come up like this. Also, with these things, I did mention that like you had to climb up on top of them. One thing I actually found a few months ago is you can just shield bash into these. Yeah, so just aim for this little corner right here, jump and shield bash, and you'll just land here. Alright, on the other side, it's a little bit different. What you'd want to do is just stand on top of this little pot plant here, and then you want to. What you'll need to do is just look a slight fraction to the left, and then jump backwards and shield bash. Like so. Alright, another thing is if you know there's someone like a DPS or something that's standing right about here, and you know that it's pretty much deadly if you just try and walk through there, another thing you can do is just shield bash off the stairs and land over here. Alright, so the next jump is to actually get up on top of there. In my video I did have a method of where you shield bash into that tree and bounce up. Another method I've found since then is just with these little tiles on the ground. So the one that's behind this one here, which is in line with pretty much the tree, really. So if you just look at this tile here, but then there's that line right there, what I do is I just stand next to it where it looks like if I'm looking directly at the wall, that line connects into my shield. Then I look at the mailbox, or whatever this thing is. I'm pretty sure it's a mailbox. And then at the top of my jump, I shield bash. And then I'm up like that. Now, of course, with this one, it is a bit further away, so you have to actually have another shield bash to get in. Okay, so on this side of the map, it's going to be a little bit different because it's not symmetrical. So, what I found is you want to do it from this corner rather than over here. Now, you're going to see on this corner, there's 1, 2, 3 full tiles. Sure, there's that one that crosses over, but let's ignore that. So there's this tile that's right here. Now you want to put your left foot on that tile. And you want to have your back heel as close to that line connecting to the next tile. But you don't want it to be on that line. Then you want to look not in the center of the letterbox, but a bit to the left. A bit to the left, but not too far to the left. And at the top of your jump, you want to shield bash, and then try and steer yourself onto the block. And there you go. Alright, so next up is this little thing right here. Now, I found this by accident, which, honestly, I'm not even sure if it will get you up onto the high ground or not. I just want to include it and just say it's something I'm still working on. See? So you can jump like that high. Sometimes I don't get any height, but most of the time I get about there. Like, really, I got where my head was just over, and that's the highest I've ever been. See, sort of like that. Hey guys, it's Loki the editor here. So yeah, this jump is something that can be done. However, I'm still very uncertain about how to get it done almost all the time. So once I learn exactly what I need to do for this jump, I will make a proper tutorial video specifically for this jump, and that will be uploaded to both YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Traveling to New Queen Street.
Thank you CSIN for the help. However, when I tried going back over to refresh myself on how this is done, yeah, I kind of had a bit of an issue because your video's not there anymore, and this has always been one I found hard. So one way I found of doing it is I place my shield on this line right here, and I just have my shield just a tad to the right of where those leaves are on the ground. Then I want to just look at that little bit there on the building just next to the sign. I remember you said something about the sign. Jump and shield bash, and I'm up. And that's my way of getting up. Okay, so this next side is going to be a little bit different. Mostly the same where you position yourself on the line. However, instead of leaves, there's going to be some snow covering the line. So you just need to position your shield on that line. So you just need to imagine where that line is under the snow. Position yourself alongside the bin, and look at this little spot here on the other building. Then you just want to jump and shield bash, and you're up like that. So from Piranha's Brig Rollouts on New Queen Street, you can actually shield bash into the side of this car and land over there. Like this. And that can also be done on both sides of the map.
Now arriving at the Shambali Monastery.
Alright, so the first two jumps I'm going to show off are going to be these dumpsters to the left and that little wall that I said you can't jump over. Well, it turns out you can jump over that wall. So what you want to do is you want to place yourself right in, don't know why the ping doesn't work sometimes, but place yourself right in this corner, and then you want to aim yourself to look right at that plank of wood. So notice how there's that black line representing the shadow. You just want to aim just a tiny bit to the right. sort of like this. And then you just want to jump and shield bash, and you're over. Alright, so you want to make sure that you're standing behind this railing, but you're still facing the dumpsters. There's going to be these tiles here on the ground, just right next to where this lump of snow is. And you just want to make sure that this double corner here is where you've got your left. So now that you've got your left foot on it, look at the corner of these dumpsters, or just next to the corner, jump and shield bash, and you'll bounce over the wall. Easy as that. One other thing I found is you can jump on top of this lantern, aim for this little shadow here. Next up is this cave spot here. Originally you could actually land on this little bit right here, but now you just slide off. Not sure why out of everything they decided to remove that. Alright, so one jump that I found, which is actually incredibly difficult to do, is you position yourself on this rock and shield bash like that. Cool one to do. Another one I found out is that if you stand about here, yeah, and you jump backwards and to the left and quickly shield bash, you'll bounce up like this. And this one's a lot easier. Alright, next up I did talk about this one here, where you keep yourself as close to this wall as possible, aim your shield bash for there, and you'll bounce across to here. Since then I did find another 2 ways of getting up. First off, you jump on top of this bell, shield bash into any part of the wall, and you just bounce across. And then also you can shield bash off here into there and bounce up. Let's say your team has pushed the payload, you've stepped away to get some health, picked up this little health pack, and an enemy has noticed you and is starting to push forward. You can just jump and shield bash into this. Just keep in mind not to be as close to this corner as possible, because you see if I jump, I hit my head and bounce off. So you just want to just jump away from the corner and shield bash. Easy. Make sure that you're at the top of the stairs up here, and just like that. Oh wait, hang on. And almost forgot this one here, which is pretty much the same as that other one that I showed off in my video, where you just jump and shield bash off that little wall and land here. Alright, so moving along, there's some jumps that you can do off the payload. First of which is you can shield bash through either one of these 2 windows. And once the payload gets to here, you can jump and shield bash just like that. You can also shield bash over to this higher ground here. I do need to point out that you can't directly shield bash across to this ledge here, as it's just a little too high for you to jump up onto. What you can do, however, when the payload gets to about here, is jump and shield bash into that wall, and you'll just bounce yourself across. Alright, and then coming up we've got this little bit here, which you can actually shield bash off the payload to get up there. And just shield bash across like that. Oh, and if you know someone is behind here, you can also shield bash across. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. It really does help with the video. If you'd like to see any of the videos that I have uploaded before, I'll link a playlist to all my shield bash jump tutorials down below in the description. The next video I'll be covering is also going to be a tutorial for the jumps on Junkertown, but I'm also going to teach people how to actually do the jumps, as I do get friends from time to time asking me how I do certain jumps, and they can't work out why they can't do it themselves. Anyway, have a good one.